Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we take your sources and really try to unearth the most valuable insights.
You have the plan.
Today, we're embarking on a pretty fascinating journey looking into AI notes for networkers by Mike Hayes.
Right.
And he uses the incredible path of Steve Ballmer, former Microsoft CEO, now owner of the LA Clippers, as a sort of case study.
Yeah, it's a great frame. Hayes argues Ballmer's story shows how the journey is the destination.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He really emphasizes things like intense focus, determination, that infectious enthusiasm, and just pure energy.
And he ties that directly to networking, doesn't he? Saying connecting with the right people is how you build the American dream.
Which he defines in an interesting way, the business of liberty, to be free to live the life that you choose locally, nationally, or globally. So, quite broad.
What I find really compelling is how Hayes translates this huge story, Ballmer's story, into something for, local business networkers.
So?
Well, he makes this direct analogy. Ballmer championed Microsoft developers, right?
Right, famously so.
Hayes says we need to support local networkers in the same way. See them as the developers of a new American dream.
Ah, okay. So it's about strengthening local communities.
Precisely. Pushing back against what he calls extreme centralization. Bringing the focus back home. Loving your local scene.
Got it. Okay, so our mission today is pretty clear. Let's dig into Ballmer's remarkable evolution.
Yeah, pull out those core principles Hayes talks about.
And explore how they might actually apply to you, listening right now, whether you're aiming for a global empire, or just really nurturing your local community.
And we're using Hayes' notes, which apparently include stuff from Ballmer's 60 Minutes interview, too.
That's right. So, okay, let's unpack this. Steve Ballmer today, huge personality, super confident.
They're larger than life, yeah.
But the sources say he started out as a shy, anxious kid in suburban Detroit. That's quite a jump.
It really makes you wonder, how does that transformation happen? How does someone go from shy kid to, Ballmer?
Well, the journey starts at Harvard. He managed the football team there.
And crucially, became close friends with Bill Gates. That early connection.
Wow.
Huge. Hayes' AI notes might even point to how AI could potentially, map those early, seemingly random connections that end up being pivotal later on.
That's an interesting thought, like network analysis on steroids.
But here's the kicker. His first real job, not tech.
No. What was it?
Sales and marketing at Procter & Gamble.
P&G.
Seriously?
Yeah, selling Duncan Hines brownie mix, blueberry muffin mix, that kind of thing.
Wow.
A friend apparently described meeting him back then as, "Hi, my name's Steve Ballmer. My palms are sweating, but don't worry, I'm okay."
So maybe brownie mix wasn't his ultimate calling.
Seems not. So what does this tell us?
Yeah.
The big turning point was 1980.
Okay.
Bill Gates calls him. Ballmer's at Stanford Business School at this point.
Right.
And you got to remember, software for microcomputers, it just was not a thing back then.
They're not like today, absolutely. But Gates was convincing, obviously.
Totally. And it really shows the power of that network.
Yeah.
Right? And just grabbing an opportunity.
Definitely. Ballmer leaves Stanford.
Yep. Leaves school to join Microsoft. Employee number 30.
Number 30. And he basically takes over the business side for Gates, who's the tech lead.
His starting salary was $40,000 plus 9% of the company.
9%. Which, turns out okay for him, I think.
Just a bit. Thinking about Hayes' AI notes, again, maybe there's a lesson there about using AI not just for networking, but for spotting those nascent opportunities like Gates did with software.
Yeah, spotting the trend before it's obvious and then having the network to jump on it.
And apparently the partnership wasn't all smooth sailing. Gates and Ballmer, they fought.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the source says they could also fight. Sometimes like verbal knife fights, even knockdown, drag-out arguments.
Wow. High stakes, high pressure, I guess.
Ballmer apparently described his own technique as just keep on harping on the stuff I thought was important.
Persistent, you have to give him that. It must have worked on some level.
Clearly. So fast forward, Ballmer takes over as CEO in 2000.
Right. And it's amazing to think about that shy kid again. How did he manage the pressure, the public role?
Well, he apparently learned to overcome his nerves. The story goes he'd crank up Rod Stewart.
Rod Stewart? No way.
Yeah, and give himself these loud pep talks before going on stage. That enthusiasm, it just became his thing.
Which definitely tracks with, the videos, maybe an AI note on self-development, like using tech to build confidence, just like he actively worked on his...
Oh, totally. And you have seen the memes, right? That famous video.
Developers.
Exactly. Shirt soaked, just screaming passion.
He said he just wanted to fire people up.
Yeah, to tell them, hey, We love you. Write software for Windows. We'll support you. This is huge for you.
Even if he apparently finds it a bit embarrassing now.
He does admit he feeds off that energy, though, which is exactly the kind of full-throated passion Hayes wants local networkers to have.
Maybe AI could help with that, like using sentiment analysis to really understand what fires up a local community, then crafting messages that hit that same level of passion.
Interesting idea. But that energy, it didn't guarantee perfect foresight.
No, definitely not. The big one is the iPhone, right? 2007.
Yeah, he famously laughed it off, called it the most expensive phone in the world,
Yeah.
and said it wouldn't appeal to business users because no keyboard.
Oof. Hindsight is 2020, I guess.
He admitted later, we should have been in the phone. Plain and simple.
Did he say why they missed it?
He mentioned things like talented engineers being stuck on other projects and maybe thinking about it too much like Windows. Needed different thinking earlier on.
It's a classic innovator's dilemma kind of situation.
True. Yet, even with that miss, during his time as CEO, Microsoft's revenue more than tripled.
Which is incredible. So what's the AI note there from Hayes' view? Maybe using AI for competitive intel to avoid those blind spots.
Or even using AI simulations to force that different thinking he mentioned.
Yeah, break out of the existing paradigms. Okay, so he retires from Microsoft. What next?
Basketball. He buys the LA Clippers in 2014.
Right, after the whole Donald Sterling mess forced the sale, paid a lot for them, didn't he?
$2 billion, which was almost 4 times the previous NBA team sale price.
Wow. But he didn't see it as overpaying.
Nope. He said, it's an NBA team. There's 30 of them. It's in the best market. Saw the unique value.
And it looks like he was right. The value shot up, right.
More than doubled. And they haven't had a losing season since he bought them. His passion is still there, full force.
He still worries about winning games, apparently, even with all his wealth.
Which is immense, north of $100 billion. He's one of the world's wealthiest people.
Yet he still lives relatively modestly.
Yeah, reportedly still in the same 4-bedroom house outside Seattle, no super yacht. Still complains about hotel minibar prices.
That's amazing. It really speaks to Hayes' idea of the American dream being about the life you choose, not just like ostentatious wealth.
Exactly. It raises that question of how wealth changes you or doesn't. Ballmer admits he's fundamentally changed from being the CEO, being catered to.
Sure, that makes sense.
But he insists he doesn't need to be a jerk. He calls owning the Clippers his billionaire's extravagance, something deeply personal.
A passion project, but on a massive scale.
And that commitment runs deep. He built the new Intuit Dome, spent another $2 billion plus on it.
Just for the arena.
Yeah. He believes it will actually help win basketball, not just be a nice venue.
How so?
He was involved in every detail,
Yeah.
like ensuring 1,400 toilets so fans don't wait in line.
1,400 toilets. Okay, that's attention to detail.
He designed it purely for basketball fans. Contactless everything, no big sports bar, basic suites.
Focused.
Get this. Sensors that can tell down to the individual seat level how loud you are.
You're kidding. Why?
To give free hamburgers to the loudest fans. His theory is more energy from the crowd means more points.
That is intense. But it's kind of Hayes' point again, right? That hyper-local focus, using data, even loudness data, to energize the community. An AI note on engagement.
Totally. Imagine local networkers using AI to get that kind of real-time feedback on community engagement.
That level of involvement, it ties into something else. Ballmer mentioned the difference between running Microsoft and owning the Clippers.
Right. He said he sweated more at Microsoft.
Why?
Because he grew up with the place, knew where all the bodies were buried, his butt was on the line in a different way.
Makes sense. This is his whole career, essentially.
But he says he's having more fun with the Clippers. So what's the difference for him?
Well, he explains it like this. In business, you have a bad quarter, you can kind of spin it, right?
Yeah, get him next time, or you don't know what we've got cooking in the labs. It's going to be great.
There's always that future promise, that narrative you can build.
But basketball.
It's immediate. Every 24 seconds, you get a scorecard. Did we score? Did we stop them from scoring?
Wow, yeah. No hiding.
And at the end of the game, if you lose it, you can never change it. End of the season, when it's done, it's done.
That constant, undeniable feedback loop, he finds it more gratifying.
Even though Microsoft's revenues dwarfed the entire NBA's, it's about the clarity of the results.
Which is maybe another AI note for networkers, isn't it? How can we use AI to get clearer, faster feedback on our local efforts, like a basketball game, instead of waiting for, quarterly reports?
Allows for quicker adjustments, more visible progress. Yeah, I see that.
So let's bring this all back to Mike Hayes' AI notes for networkers.
Okay.
He really hammers this idea that Ballmer's passion for developers is like a model, a call to action.
For local business networkers, right. To become the developers of the new American dream.
Yeah. He sees them as these vital creators who can actually push back on extreme centralization.
By building up strong local economies, strong local networks, it requires learning to love local networking.
And Hayes suggests specific tools, too. He mentions using ChatGPT networking skills and training.
So like using AI to practice pitches or refine communication.
Could be. And AI Publicity Express, maybe using AI to help local businesses tell their stories, get the word out. Almost like having a big PR agency, but accessible.
Democratizing the tools.
And he has this vision of an AI super campus, which sounds like maybe a platform, a way to document all these local success stories.
Collect the journeys, share the wins.
Yeah, so these local contributions can be shared, maybe even exported from our communities to our state, to our country, and around the world.
In Ballmer's journey, the focus, the determination, the sheer energy, that's the template, the inspiration for it all.
So thinking about this whole arc,
Right.
what really stands out to you from Ballmer's story?
Well, I mean, going from the shy kid selling cake mix to Microsoft CEO, then pouring billions into the Clippers. It really is that power of focus, determination, enthusiasm, and energy Hayes talks about. It's undeniable.
Yeah, and it totally reinforces Hayes' point about the journey being the destination.
Absolutely. It shows that just sustained, passionate effort informed by data and a willingness to adapt, maybe like Hayes' AI notes suggest, can have a huge impact, whether it's global tech or a local sports team.
It also makes that whole idea of the American dream feel more tangible, doesn't it? Not
Yeah.
just some vague national thing.
Right. It's something you build through local action, through networking, through really investing personally in your community, maybe using these new AI insights to do it smarter.
So here's maybe the final thought for you listening. How can Ballmer's full-throated passion, that crazy attention to detail, I mean, 1,400 toilets,
Yeah, the toilets.
and his embrace of that immediate, undeniable feedback, how can that inspire your efforts?
Yeah, however big or small they are, how can you apply that energy, that focus, maybe even some AI tools to build your version of the American dream right where you are?
Lots to think about there. Thank you for diving deep with us today.
My pleasure.
We really hope this exploration of Steve Ballmer's journey through the lens of Mike Hayes' notes has sparked some fresh ideas for your own path.